James and Jeanette Vermilya are the recipients of the distinguished Marion Campus Alumni Award. They both graduated in 1965 from what was then Marion College. Jim with a Bachelor of Art in Religion, and Jeanette with a Bachelor of Science in Music Education. Through the witness of professors and students at Marion College, Jim and Jeanette felt drawn into a Christian community that equipped them for a lifetime call to obedience and service. With a shared love of music, they both participated in the college choir and music ministry teams. Following graduation, Jim and Jeanette committed to following the Lord and rising to new challenges. Jim completed a Master of Science in Personnel Counseling and a doctorate in ministry, and continues to serve as an adjunct Christian ministries professor for IWU. Jeanette authored 2 books and recorded 5 piano CDs. Together they have served in pastoral ministry, overseas missionary service with global partners, district church administration, and the pastoral care of missionaries, as well as raised a family that currently consists of 5 children, 16 grandchildren, and 5 great-grandchildren. In 2005, Jim and Jeanette answered the call to partner with their daughter Joy Alcock in establishing the Shunem House, an 11,000-square-foot home located in Noblesville, Indiana, where missionary families can recharge during times of transition. Jim and Jeanette currently serve as co-directors and host and hostess. In the words of their friend Mark Davis, their love for Jesus and their relentless service to others is what stands out most. Their lives, marriage, ministry, and family are all shaped by these passions. This is what led them to serve in the pastorate, to spend years on mission fields, and now to welcome the many guests who find their way to Shunem House. Reverend Dr. Paul Garverick, director of the Religion Department in the School of Service of Leadership, describes Jim and Jeanette as gracious, encouraging, self-giving, and delightful servants of Jesus Christ. They epitomize God's aim to bless His people in order that they be a blessing to others. After almost 16 years of service at Shunem, the couple looks back on their journey with gratitude. We give the Lord the praise for everything. We have seen God come through for us in amazing ways. It all belongs to Him. Congratulations, James and Jeanette. Thank you for being world changers in your part of the world. Tad and Carly Glibert are the recipients of the Distinguished Young Alumni Award. They both graduated from Indiana Wesleyan University in 2014, Tad with a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics Education, and Carly with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. That same summer, Tad and Carly joined their lives together in marriage and embarked on an adventure only God could write. After graduation, the Gliberts moved to Chicago, where Tad completed his Master of Arts in Sports Administration, and in 2015 became the youngest Power 5 conference basketball coach in the country. Carly completed her Master of Science in Nursing while working as a nurse in the ICU, as well as contributing to the book, Lessons Learned: True Stories of Humanitarian Responders on the Front Line. In 2012, Carly traveled to Malawi, Africa as an IWU nursing student to participate in the Circle of Hope International Transcultural Nursing Practicum. Many return trips followed, with Carly joining the Circle of Hope Board of Directors in 2015. In 2018, Tad and Carly felt God calling them to be full-time missionaries at the Grace Center, a community partnership with Circle of Hope, Word Made Flesh, and Grace Alliance Church. The words of King David in 2 Samuel 24, "I will not sacrifice to God that which cost me nothing," resonated with them on a deep level, and they knew moving to Malawi was the next right step. The Circle of Hope campus where Tad and Carly live and work consists of an orphanage, pre-K through 8th grade school, medical clinic, and various other economic development programs. As the health programs coordinator, Carly has many projects she is overseeing, from HIV testing and counseling to regular health education talks with the community. With childbirth fatalities occurring at an alarming rate in Malawi, one of the most impactful developments has been a maternity center that has successfully delivered more than 100 babies. As the education coordinator, Tad devotes his time to numerous administrative responsibilities, such as developing programs and policies to help make the village more self-sustaining and helping orphans reintegrate into life with members of their own community. The blessings of obeying God's call have been richly rewarding, as Tad and Carly have experienced the power of God working in relationship with His children in Malawi. Congratulations, Tad and Carly! Thank you for being world changers in your part of the world. Dr. Jamyce Curtis Banks is the recipient of the National and Global Distinguished Alumni Award. Jamyce graduated from Indiana Wesleyan University in 2015 with a doctorate in organizational leadership. In the words of Professor Dr. R. Boyd Johnson, Dr. Jamyce Banks was wonderful to work with on her doctoral dissertation. She was insightful, hardworking, and totally committed to producing great research. She exceeded my expectations. One of Jamyce's favorite quotes comes from Mark Twain. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Jamyce is living her life helping others discover their why. Jamyce is an educator by trade, having served as a math teacher and school administrator for Indianapolis Public Schools. Shortly after completing her doctorate, she founded her own consulting company, Whatever It Takes. As the CEO, Jamyce provides individualized support for organizations seeking to develop cultural responsiveness. Jamyce is also partnered with Teach Plus as an Indiana teacher leadership coach consultant for the IPS Innovation Teacher Collaborative. Growing up in a service-oriented environment, Jamyce was inspired to invest in others by women like Marcia Fudge and Terai Trent. Jamyce believes when you are exposed to women who do extraordinary things, you grow up believing you can do extraordinary things. Her love for God has led her to give back to her community in many ways. She is a member of Delta Sigma Theta and the 500 Circle of Pass the Torch for Women, while also serving on the board of directors of the National Association of Women Business Owners. Jamyce lives in Indianapolis with her husband, Carlos. Together they have 2 sons, Carlos and Curtis. Congratulations, Jamyce! Thank you for being a world changer in your part of the world. Reverend Hector de Jesus Perez Delgado is the recipient of the Wesley Seminary Distinguished Alumni Award. Hector graduated from Wesley Seminary in 2017 with a Master of Divinity. Hector has served 20 years as the National Superintendent of the Wesleyan Church in Colombia, as well as 4 years as the Director of the Wesleyan Ibero-American Board, representing all Spanish-speaking countries outside North America. Hector also pastors Oasis of Peace to the Nations, a local church in Bello, Colombia. The Reverend Dr. Colleen Durr, President of Wesley Seminary, has this to say about Hector. Wesley Seminary is incredibly proud that Hector is part of our family. He was a blessing to all of us during his years as a student at the seminary and continues to be a blessing to the church as he gives leadership in Ibero-America. We are Wesley, and Hector belongs here. Hector is passionate about proclaiming the gospel with the time he has been given. I am a child of God who by His grace has been redeemed, and I express my gratitude to the love of God by what I develop day by day. God has equipped me with spiritual gifts, and as a good steward, I must place them at the service of others in the midst of the ministry of the church within the kingdom of heaven. Life on earth is fleeting, and there is no other opportunity to bless many. In eternity, we will have time for rest. For now, let us delight in the exercise of what we do. Hector lives in Colombia with his wife, Cadil Arias. Together, they have 2 children, Melanie and Joel. Melanie is married to Stephen, and they have 1 daughter, Isabella. Congratulations, Hector! Thank you for being a world changer in your part of the world.